EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo at the famous Old Course, the home of golf in St. Andrews. And Frank, so often, even the greats of the game, when they come here for the very first time, they scratch their heads. They say, I don't get it. Why all the commotion about the Old Course? And then they play it a few times and they begin to come around. What happens to people after they've played the Old Course a few times?
Well, it's going to sound like a cliche, but you fall in love with it. And I'm like everybody else. When I first played it, I didn't think it was special. Then when I played it the next time, the wind was different the next time. And after all these years, every time you play it, it just appears a little different. But one thing you should do, take a local caddy. They'll point you into some interesting directions to try and navigate all those evil little pop bumpers.
I did take one of the local caddies and I pulled one left into the junk. And like every other golfer, I turned to my caddy and I said, hey, Jimmy, is that okay? And he said, does that look okay? Hit another one? And I did. Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the Old Course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing, to say the least.
That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Frank, this first hole, all about the swoke and burn.
Yeah, it cuts in so close to the front of that putting surface. If there's just a puff of wind, then all of a sudden that burn that you could just step across very much comes into play.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
This is a really long putt, difficult birdie opportunity. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
How does that stay out?
I have no earthly idea. Let's crawl that. Hole's round. Ball's meant to go in.
Putt for par. He needs one. Still playing even for the day after the par. Did the job right there. Clean this up with a tap. One over for the day. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course. Because the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second.
Second shot.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Wow, I thought he made that. You like that right there, Frank?
Beautiful lag putt. Great pace.
Fairly long, 25-foot putt here. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Even par early on.
Even par currently.
Just like that, with a bogey, goes from level par to 1 over. Just a tap in to finish the hole. That is a solid par putt. On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured into kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the Old Course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. By my reckoning, we have 140 yards left.
Rich, I remember when I first played the Old Course, it was a Dunhill Cup. It was a team event. There was 3 players from each country around the world, and my teammates were Stuart Ginn and Bob Charles, who'd won the Open Championship. And I remember pestering Bob Charles all the way around the golf course, the Old Course. Where do I aim? Do I get away from a bunker? And at the time, I thought he was a bit of a curmudgeon, really, because the only thing he told me was not to hit it inside the TV tower on 17. And then I realized he gave me the greatest golf lesson I ever had, because he was telling me to play the golf course the way I felt I should. The lesson well learned. Play your own game.
Play with your instincts, especially at a place like the Old Course at St. Andrews, where you don't necessarily play by the book. I don't know that there is a book to get you around St. Andrews, except the best book of all, and that's the one of experience. Settles in over the putt. In red figures at 1 under par. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. At the 4th hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is 2 ways to play the 4th off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St Andrews.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Frank, long gone are the days when you putted with a simple blade. Now you look down and there's a frying pan on the end of a shaft.
Yeah, it looks like grandma's skillet these days. That's what it is. But, you know, putters are like drivers. What they've done with the technology is given you a bigger sweet spot. Even though putting is very, very precise, if you give a person a bigger sweet spot, he's going to make more putts.
Second from an excellent lie. That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
Oh, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. Poulter now, third shot. Spieth has this for par. Oh my goodness, Frank, that is painful.
Oh, yeah, that's the... You'd rather miss the hole at times, wouldn't you?
Getting set now over the putt. Looks good. Might like it. Oh, they're going to love it. What a putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good par. Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. So, 2 over par for the round. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. And there's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot. Wow, way to the right here.
And there's rough over there.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. And setting up here in the rough. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. Has only 90 yards here. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
You know, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Now 2 to the good side. Just a couple of feet. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Moving on to the par 4 6th hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot, 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
This, the second shot here at the par 4. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. On the dance floor here at the 6th, but still a pretty hard putt coming up, about 30 feet away. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Frank, is this one going to be okay?
Yeah, just a little right. Seemed like good contact.
Long putt here. This will require a good touch. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Might be. Could be. Do that. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
One over for the day. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the Old Course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
You know, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. With that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. So, Frank, a perfect lie right here, and now this gives him a chance to take the next step, which is get after this hole location.
Yeah, so many more options now, and basically it's just going to come down to club selection now. This is absolutely perfect. This is one where he can get a reward from. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
See if he can clip this one perfectly, drive it in there from about 120 yards. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Well done, and 3 under for the day. He has this for par. Always take that. Good par putt right there. So they'll tap in. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Standing on the tee at the par 3 8th here at the Old Course. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat, it looks like it's easy, but once that flag gets on the left side, this one, the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Setting up for a 210-yard shot here to the par 3.
It's at sneaky distance.
Just has the feel today. Over the putt, this is Jordan Spieth. Not a gimme, but well within his range. -3 now for the round. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Frank, the Old Course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gorse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Oh yeah, go ahead and fill it up.
Rich, I remember playing with, it was Ben Crenshaw and Mark McCumber in a World Cup of Golf at Royal Melbourne. And Royal Melbourne's greens are as fast as any in the world. And it was probably one of the best putting exhibitions I ever saw without Ben actually making every putt. His sense of speed. And I think that's where I started to see that putting was a real art. He would look at a putt like it had 7 or 8 different dimensions to it. But it was all feel. It wasn't mechanical. It wasn't like this sort of amazing thought process. It was sort of through osmosis. He would just feel a green. So it would go up and down, several humps and hollows and that, and invariably just, if it missed, it just settled on the back of the cup. And these were the fastest greens in the world. Incredible display.
His longtime caddy at Augusta National, Carl Jackson, they came together in the mid-1970s. Carl recalls the first time he saw Ben, and what stood out was, as Carl tells it, the putting stroke. And in Carl's words, it flowed like the wind. Beautiful looking shot right here. Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Good looking shot right here. That will be a great look at birdie. So young and so accomplished already. Jordan Spieth, ready with his approach. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That was well judged, wasn't it? Shouldn't be a problem here. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. 8-foot putt here. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Frank, another famous hole, this time the par 311.
Yeah, this hole was made famous by the left bunker, which is called the Hill, where Bobby Jones, when he first played St Andrews, couldn't get the ball out of the bunker, so in the end he actually ripped up his scorecard. Now, a lot's changed since then, but the hole hasn't lost its luster. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Birdie try up next. This is a good-looking shot. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Oh, I thought he had that. That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a 2-putt, well done.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Well, this one's tracking. Well, hello there.
Huge bonus making that one.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. In for par. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
Ball rolls up, not his best effort, but it certainly won't be a round wrecker.
No, 30 feet. On the PGA Tour, the statistics of making one from 30 feet nearly the same as 3 putting. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. Poulter has a history of getting on runs. He can light it up with a putter. Here's a birdie putt. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. Count that. That's a birdie. Here at the par 4 13th hole at the old course, Frank, what's the best play, power, or do you go with precision?
Well, you'd like a nice mixture of both there, Rich. If you can take those coffins out of play, that's the name for those series of bunkers sort of down the middle, then obviously you've got a much shorter shot coming in, and then you've got a chance to actually have a full view of this green.
And he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there. I'm loving that balance.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Just a beautiful approach shot. He'll need to be strong with this. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
Ian Poulter will make birdie if he can hold this. Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14th?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pop bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the 4th fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot, and you can certainly go at this for 2.
Frankie's managed to hit it in the rough yet again.
Yeah, this is hard to imagine. You know, the fairways aren't that narrow today.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Little shaky behind the wheel today, Frank.
Oh, shaky? Maybe put both hands on it.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contacts. You have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way,
Exactly.
Rich. It really did.
Good lie in the fairway, a good chance to make something happen here. Really has not been bothered all day long by these strong winds. Good play so far. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Let's see what they do from 140 yards. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Third shot, looking for a good one. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Ooh, almost fell. Just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
Ian for par. This one has a good line. Well, that just brings a smile to your face, puts a little pep in the step when you make them from downtown. This is a 16-footer. Beautiful stroke right there. Finds the bottom of the cup with ease. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot. This is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Ian Poulter, chance to be aggressive with this approach. Good swing, good shot yet again. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
And he's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. And he's made it onto the green now. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Spieth has this for par. Frank, he might like this one. He might like... Oh, this one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Not an easy one, 20 feet away. Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer in for your second shot.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
There's out of bounds over there.
He needs to get lucky. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie.
What a great shot.
It's a 180-yard shot, his second. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
I'm thinking this is about 110 yards, Frank. Getting set now over the putt. Moves to -8. Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. -3 now for the round. And will make birdie if he holds this putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. This one is way offline and headed towards those out-of-bounds stakes. Frank, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Get down! Lay down! Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Third shot, looking for a good one. Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle. Really. This is that awkward length.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Now at -2 for the day. An ill-timed double bogey for him, but he has to make it first. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Headed for home now with a Royal and Ancient behind the green, a chance to cross the Swilken Bridge, just as Jack Nicklaus did, as Arnold Palmer did, as so many of the legends of the sport have done. This is a special place in the game. Good tee shot right in the short grass. Wrong way pattern all day long. And this is just brutal. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. This is the second shot at the par 4. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Ian Poulter has this for birdie.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. That's a round of 70 on the day. Par bid here. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times that can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team.